Would love to go back and hear this at some point. Let's do 8 for apple. Can you give me the background?
Yeah, it's a half circle.
Half circle. Okay.
Inscribed within the half circle is a rectangle.
Okay.
And then it gives you the formula y equals rad 4 minus
Right
x
equals
squared.
rad 4 minus x squared. Okay.
And then it gives you the radius of 2.
All right, here we go, guys. Radius is 2, dos, which is this one. Right? How do we know that? Because they give you a half. By the way, do we recognize that y equals square root of 4 minus x squared? It's an upside down half circle.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Now, we know what the radius is. What's our goal here? What's our goal for number 8? Find the area in terms of
X.
x. Good. What is x in this question? What's x? Did it say? It didn't say, right? But it gave you something. It gave you a point, didn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it sure did. Okay? Whatever this point is. Okay? Wherever you want to put the point. If that's a point, would you agree that this is x? Or if you want to put the point over here, it's really up to you. Okay? All right, this is x. That means the whole thing is what? 2x. Okay. We don't know what this is. Let's call it what? A y. Beautiful. Area is length times width. My length for this whole thing is 2x. Okay? The width is y. I cannot keep y. I have to get rid of y. But do you know what y is? That's right. Okay? And guess what? You are? Done. Okay? Is that similar for the rest of the questions? Is that part A?
Don't know. I got
Part A? Okay.
Why is it just the whole bottom part of the rectangle x? Like, why is it just the one section is x?
Because they gave you a point. Good question, though. Because I believe the problem said there's a point on the half circle that's called x comma y. If they gave you a point called x comma y, that means from the origin to this has to be x. Okay? If they said write an area equation in terms of x, and they said the whole base is x, then the point can't be possible. Okay, then this point cannot be x comma y. But they didn't say that at all. They just said there's a point on the curve called x comma y, right? So that's why this can only be x. Should I continue with B and C and D, or you're okay?
It was asking for the perimeter.
Oh, perimeter. Okay, B is perimeter. Here we go. Perimeter of, in terms of x. Perimeter is going to need to add them all together, right? So the base is what? 2x. I have 2 bases, so that's going to give me a total of 4 x's. I have 2 y's, but I can't keep y, so we're going to go P of x equals 4x plus 2. Y is 4 minus x squared. And then C and D is going to graph it on a calculator, find the max. Now, the book says what value of x determines the largest area and perimeter. So if you're graphing it on your calculator, which one are you looking at? The x coordinate or the y coordinate? X. Now, I could easily ask, right, what is the largest area or the largest perimeter? Which one are you going to look at? Y. So you have to read the question carefully. Okay? Any question on this one still? Can we all use a calculator? Okay. If you can't, come and see me. All right, next question. What's the next one?
24.
24 sounds like a good one. All right, what's 24, dear?
It gives you like a upside down like
Upside down cone? Like an ice cream cone?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, ice cream sounds so good. Okay.
And then it has like a water fill line that's like about
Let's give me the measurement of that. What is that?
This is what it looks
16. Okay. And what's the radius?
like. The radius of the actual cone was 4.
Good. Okay. And then water. Okay. And then tell me about the water. What did
And
they call it?
said radius is r,
Okay.
little r, and then the height is little h.
Beautiful. And what's our goal?
It just said find the volume.
Find the
And then
volume.
give you a formula.
Good. What's the volume formula?
Yeah.
Volume of the water.
Yeah.
Volume in terms of what? H or R?
In terms of
H. Okay. Okay. Volume formula is. All right, guys. Test Friday. You need to know all equations that was given to you in the notes and homework. It will not be given to you as a hint format. So keep that in mind. Okay. Know it. Own it. Okay. Volume formula is of a cone. 1/3. It's definitely 1/3. 1/3 of what, by the way? Okay, good. Pi times r squared times height. Beautiful. Do you guys know that this, if I were to like take away the pi 1/3, what's that?
A cylinder.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
A cylinder is made up of what?
Three triangles. Cones.
3 cones, you're right. But how about the circle and a height, right? Would you agree that pi r squared is an area of a circle? Yeah, you take, yep, that's right, times the height. So just like this, if I give you a square, if I give you a square, what's the area? Length times width, let's call it x squared, is that okay? If I said, find the volume of a cubic, what's that? Yeah, that's all that is. Same thing with this, right? Circle, area of the circle times height. Connecting the dots. Okay. Moving on. Volume of H. Have we seen a problem like this on the first homework?
Yes.
Except this one's so much easier.
Yes.
First homework, this was big H, wasn't it?
Yes.
This was big R. It was so much more difficult. Okay? Now, I need to find the volume in terms of H, so I'm going to keep everything here. So let's keep stuff. 1/3, pi stays, r squared stays, right? No, I lie. I don't want r squared. I want H to stay. R squared needs to go. So R needs to go. So tell me how to do it. What's the setup? Any proportion, you're right. Tell me what to do.
Set up the big R and the big H equal to small r.
Tell me exactly what to write. If this is your test, what are you writing?
I wrote R over H equals
R over H equals 4/16. Can I reduce that, by the way?
Yes.
I don't feel like writing 4/16. Okay. Can I multiply both sides by 4H? Can I multiply both sides by 4H? Yeah. Okay. What's the goal of that? To get rid of what? The denominator. So 4R equals 1H. I'm almost home. Divide both sides by?
4.
Quattro. R equals 1/4 H. Yay or nay?
That's right.
That's right. All right. Yay. 1/4 H goes here. Let's slowly simplify. And then my first period was asking, you know, how do you grade your tests? Oh, 1/3. My bad. How do you grade tests? Well, oh gosh, sorry. I can't say it. I can't write. I was like, that's a 2. This is a 14. Okay.
No, that's not a 16.
No. Yeah, I haven't done it. I'm doing one step at a time because, as you can see, I made like 2 silly mistakes in a row. So how do I grade tests? Most points will go towards content related, okay, comprehension. So you notice how I made like those 2 silly mistakes? Okay, they're not major point deductions. They're probably like 1 point deduction. So if you show all of your work and you make computational errors, I should say, then they're minor deduction. Okay, if you make concept, like you don't know what to plug in where, your R was when you solve for R, you didn't know how you got R. So that's where the most points will come from in terms of deduction. Okay? For example, if you wrote like, this is your final answer class, and then in your answer box, you write -148 pi e to the 3rd. When I'm grading it, I'm just going to write careful, and I don't really take points off if you already have the right answer in your work. Does that make sense? So, rule of thumb, show all work. Okay. Next question. 16. Sounds like a good one. Can you give me the background, 16?
Okay, so 16, I'm going to write it up. I just only wrote the part about circumference of C as a function of the length of X of the side of the triangle. So it's basically a circle with an equilateral triangle.
So there's a circle.
inside.
Okay, wait, hold on. So
Yes.
it's a circle.
With an equilateral triangle inside.
Good.
And a point in the middle.
Right in the middle.
And it goes out to the side of the circle, and that's R.
R, okay. Can I have more than one R in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I go like this? Whee! Whee! Let me ask you this question. What's the angle right in the center? Like this one.
60.
Ooh.
No.
How big is a circle? How many degrees?
360.
Thank you. 360. A circle is 360, right? Would you agree that I'm going to divide it into 3 pieces? So this is 120. Beautiful. If that's 20, let me ask you another question. By the way, this is an equilateral triangle. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. What is this angle? The whole thing.
60.
Good. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to draw it down here so you have a better picture. Can I say that this is R, this is R? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What's my goal? I forgot. Where am I going? Circumference in terms of X.
Yes.
What is X?
X is on the side.
Oh, okay. So this is X. Great. Right now, all I know is this is 120, right? This is 60. Because this and this is the same. This is also?
No.
Oh, I cut it. My bad. I cut it. Thank you. It's 30. Because I need to add up to 180. So that's 30 because I cut it. Okay. Now, this is not going to do me any good because it's not a right, what? Can I make it into a right triangle? Sure. Let's cut it some more, right? So here we go. Wee, wee, wee. If I cut it, it's now what? 60 and 30. This is still R, right, class? This is no longer X on the bottom, but it is now half X. Okay. It's now a right triangle. So technically, I can find this height easily, but I don't want to use Pythagorean theorem because notice how these are not constant numbers, X and R's? So if I use Pythagoras, I'm going to come up with more variables, right? What are you going to do?
So for the 30, 60, 90 triangle, one of the legs is X, and then the one of the legs is X, one of them, the other leg is X, rad 3, and then the hypotenuse is 2X.
Are you going straight on me?
Yeah.
Yes. You have to know trig.
Oh.
Day one. Didn't I say that? Did you master trig? Okay. So you have to know trig. And this is just the basic of trig. Let's review. Sine of 30 degrees is?
One over two.
Great.
One over
Wait,
two.
no, you can't give me all of them.
I can do it. Sine 45 is right. One.
What is it?
1/2.
Sine of 30 degrees 1/2. Great.
Okay,
Yeah,
I remember it now.
What's the cosine of 30 degrees?
Right.
3 over 2.
Okay. I know. Gosh. All right, guys, you need to know your trig. Let's review a little bit. 30 seconds of trig review. 45, 45, 90 first. Here we go. 45, 45, 90. 1 rad? 2. That means if I were to say, find sine of 45. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is 1. Over that is rad 2. So 1 rad 2. So sine of 45 is rad 2 over 2. Now we're going to move on to 30, 60, 90. And this is a review, so I'm not going to give you a big old lecture for it. 60, 30, right? Because these are really the main ones. Opposite of the hypotenuse is always 2. There's a rad 3 and there's a 1 in there somewhere. Which leg gets a rad 3? Opposite of which angle? Which one's bigger, rad 3 or 1? Which one's bigger, rad 3 or 1? Yeah, so it gets to be opposite of which angle? Right. Okay. So if I said sine of 30 degrees is always opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite 30 is 1. Hypotenuse is 2. Great. Cosine of 30 degrees is 1. Are you sure? Cosine is adjacent over? So what's adjacent of 30? Rad 3. All right, now that we have a quick review of trig, I need to review this. All right, y'all, here we go. Shh. I need to find the relationship between r and x. So keep in mind, because the circumference formula of the circle is 2 pi r. I need to get rid of r, and substitute in with x, right, class? Perfect. So, knowing what you know now about trig, what can you do?
So we know that the 30, 60, 90 triangle, the very bottom side is 1/2 of x. And since it's x rad 3, you just plug in 1/2 of x there, which becomes x rad 3 over 2 for that bottom side.
Do you guys agree? Proportional?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't know what he's saying, you can also do this. I'm going to use 30 if that's okay with you. This is 30, so this leg right here, is that adjacent leg or opposite leg?
Adjacent.
Great, so can I use cosine? Cosine of 30 degrees equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Cosine of 30, I know exactly what it is. What is it?
Rad 3 over 2.
Can we all agree?
Yeah.
Great. Rad 3 over 2, right here. Equals adjacent, I have a 1/2 x on the adjacent leg over hypotenuse r. Okay. Yes, you can do this, or if you just do proportional to what you already know in the triangle. Can I cross multiply, or can I multiply both sides by 2r? Sure, it's really up to you how you simplify from here. You can cross multiply, you can multiply both sides by 2r. All right, so now I have rad 3r equals x. Remember, my job is to solve for the circumference in terms of x. So I have to find what r is, right? Can I divide both sides by rad 3? R equals what? Right. Okay, I need to simplify, so that's really rad 3x over 3. So plug it in. I'm going to distribute. This is now going to give me 2 rad 3 over 3 times pi times x. Do you guys agree? Yes or no?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I write 2 rad 3 pi x over 3 that way? Would that be okay too? Sure, whatever floats your boat. You can't just put the variables on the bottom though. Now, you know, in your book, do you guys see there's a hint that I gave you in the book? I would not give you any hint, so don't get too happy with the hint. They give you said r squared equals, what was it? What was the hint?
X squared over 3.
Okay, that was the hint. I have no idea where they got that from, right? But technically, I can use it right away if that's the hint they gave you. Do you guys see how they get it?
Yes.
Right there, right? Square both sides, okay? So that's how they got it. But I would not be giving you any hint. The reason I give you a hint because it's a practice for the test. So by the time you get to the test, you don't need any more stinky hints. Okay, next question. Are you sure? Going once? Going twice? Last chance? Speak now or forever hold your perimeter.